G'day viewers, it's Michael here again and welcome back to Single Racer. And I'm sure by now that you've both heard and seen the latest update to Automobilista 2, which is update 0.9.1, which offered a lot of extra or fixed features, including the new modern version of the track called Kyalami. And so, given that naturally the Kyalami track has been featured quite a lot, I thought I would take a very slightly different approach, because the classic version and now the more modern version, although technically the same shape, actually feel a lot different, and the newer modern version is a lot longer than the classic version, with a whole section added onto it, and it really does feel quite different. And so what I thought I would do is feature two arguably classic cars, in the sense that the one that you see here is one of my favourite cars in the game, which is the Formula Vintage, very much reminiscent of the Lotus 49 and those types of cars. But the other car I want to feature, I haven't seen in too many videos actually, and I could argue has an Australian link. Now, the car you see here represented in Automobilista 2 is called the ARC Camaro, but in Australia they were the support series a couple of years back for the V8 supercars, and they were known as the Aussie race cars. Fairly generic name, but that's what they were known under. But the difference is, and you could, if you're interested, you can do Google images just typing in Aussie race cars, and you will find that what they did was, because it's essentially, if you look at the image here, a basic kind of fabricated shell that's over the top. So in Australia we had like these mini versions of the Commodore, the Ford, and a couple others that I can't quite remember, but they were so almost, no, I wouldn't say laughable, but just, comical in how they looked, being so small but having the shape of a large four-door sedan. And so that makes up part of the reason that I wanted to show it off here, was the Australian connection, but also because you could look at this car and say, oh, it's just like a support car in a sense, and I want to try the bigger, faster cars. But this is a little screamer. This is absolutely sensational to drive and a lot of fun, especially in AMS2. And so I'm going to feature the two races, but I'm also going to split it up because I know some people don't like VR, and it's almost a natural for the Formula Vintage to be in VR, and I'll do that in VR, and then I'll do the ARC Camaro in standard 2D for those that don't like VR. So there's nothing more to do than head over to the two races. So this is Michael signing out for Single Racer. I'll catch you next time. See you later, and let's go racing ×2. Okay folks, so in this race I decided to start with 10 cars including myself, and the next one I'll have 20 cars, only because the cars tend to lock wheels in this type of race, and I wanted to try and make it as clean as possible as we try and stop the wheel spin off from the start there as I weave my way through the cars. Absolutely fantastic racing, and this track suits any of these sort of classic open wheeler type cars. They're just all fantastic to drive there as I terribly understeer in these cold tyres. Just trying to get a bit of warmth in, trying to find a gap through these two. And I did a bit of practice because I know this track reasonably well, but the modern one I struggled with a bit because I'd never driven it before, even in Assetto Corsa. But as I try and work my way through here, there's still a problem I noticed with the AI, but it's it's not so much their strength now, it's another issue that's come up that I want to do a second video after this one to cover that, a pattern that I've noticed, and it can be quite frustrating as I fight for grip here, and let's see how I get, understeering again. I just, for some reason, I really have trouble with the shape of that corner. I think it's the shallow line really doesn't suit that corner, but flying through here with the foot on the accelerator is so exhilarating. Getting up to top speed. I'm driving the car at default, though I think I lowered the fuel a bit, but I didn't use the setup. It's just basically how it comes out of the box as I muck up that corner too. I'm too busy talking, I've got to focus a little bit. But gee, the cars look beautiful, and this sim just, the way it's done its engine is fantastic. The Madness engine is just phenomenally smooth, I find, and I don't get any frame drops or anything like that. It's just really well done. As I stop talking, Mick, and focus as I try and battle the opposition here. And one thing I really like that I've noticed is how well they do the tyre modelling. It's like you've got the cold tyres at the start, and then you get grip, and if you do a long enough race you can feel the grip go away, but it's a very natural thing as I try and get this corner better. No, see, it's that terrible shallow line. I've got to come out wider and deeper on that corner. I can just sense that I'm doing it totally wrong, but you can see it for yourself. So as I lose the AI, which is part of this problem, is it's like they get faster and faster. I won't talk about it too much here as the blue car flies up on the inside here, and I'm just trying to hang on now. Oh, just fighting the car. This thing is so wild to drive, but it's so exciting at the same time. I just love dabbing on the throttle, getting that rear end out, but I actually think that technique is making me slower. I'm just in effect sliding too much and losing a bit too much speed as they're just trying to get the power down, but these are such hard cars to drive and that doesn't help. Don't hit the curbing. There's a tip for you right there. That's shocking driving as I just try and hang on here. Just sliding all over the place. But so much fun. Like, and I hit the gutter there as well. I'll blame it on my work. I'm sorry for the delay in this video, but I've been working quite a bit more as we ease out of the COVID situation here in Australia. But I'll settle for 4th place. Yeah, I'm happy with 4th there, and I'm just a little bit tired from work. You know, all us sim racers have an excuse book, and I'm using sim racing excuse number 167. I'm a bit tired, so we'll leave it at that, and we'll go on to the next race as I finished 4th out of 10, and in the next one we'll have 20 cars. Okay folks, so here I am in 20th spot in this ARC Camaro race, and if you haven't driven this car, you got to give it a go. It's absolutely fantastic as we go off the line there, and we get the biggest head start we can in a slow starting field because of this AI twerk or quirk, sorry I should say. I'm just concentrating because I've never driven this track before, so I've got that thing of which way is the next corner going, as I terribly understeer through here, but it's absolutely fantastic fun, and what a great track addition it is to the update of AMS2 as we try to work our way through the traffic now. And I'm keeping one eye on the map because I'm just not 100% sure of where it goes, so it'll kind of show in my driving, but boy, these cars are fun. I've had a few practice goes, so I'm kind of fairly confident that I know where I'm going now, but I'm just still a bit unsure. I haven't worked out kind of the exact brake points of where I should turn and things like that, so in some cases I'll understeer, and in other cases I'll turn way before the corner comes up. But talk about a fantastic car to have a fun race in. And that's the thing to me that sets Automobilista 2 apart from a lot of the other sims, is just the sheer fun factor of this sim is incredible. I just want another go. Look at that beautiful view of the new track. Just incredible the way they've put this all together, and given that I don't think Reza will stop as we just try and make this corner here. As the car comes on the inside, I left room just because I'm so unsure where I'm going here, but as I check out the map there, I think this is onto the start finish line now. Oh, and I understeer again. I just don't know the braking points. It's like I know kind of roughly which way the track is going now because I had a few practice goes, but it's like I'm getting swamped because I'm just so tentative about what the next corner is and where I should brake. So please keep that in mind. But I'm happy with my 7th spot. If I can just dive in on the inside here. No, he's got too much speed. And this is part of kind of the issue. It's not so much now about what strength should I set the AI. It's just that they weirdly seem to get faster and faster, or maybe they start off so slow and then they get fast, so it's hard to tell how high to set the AI strength. But it's still fantastic racing as I just try and hold it together through this corner. I'm up on my previous lap, but like I said before, that's from a standing start, so you would expect that. But oh, the screaming of this little car is absolutely fantastic. Just such a fun thing to throw around. And just there you could see I went in too early. I was unsure sort of where my point was going into the corner, as now I muck up and this other car drives out on the outside, but hopefully I can keep him on the outside. Can I hold him out? Yes, hold him out. He wants to fight me for the corner. I'm trying not to cut him off. I'm trying to give him room, but oh gee, this is such fantastic racing. Even though it looks like they're pulling away, oh there he is, so even though it looks like they're pulling away, it's just such exhilarating fun trying to catch them as that corner has me stumped. That is such a weird corner. This one I've kind of got okay. Oh, and he's taken me from the other side. See, I wasn't paying attention. He completely did the undercut. We call it the undercut in V8 supercars. As I didn't focus too much. Come on, let's get the draft. Let's see if I can get a draft behind him now. As I do a faster lap, I'll go on the inside, try and hold him out. Flying down on the inside here. Come on, where's my braking point? Here, I think. Hopefully, come on, don't understeer. That's it. I've got it. Oh no, he pulls away from me. And it's almost the feeling I get is like they haven't quite modelled the tyres. It's as if they keep their permanent grip throughout the whole race, but you kind of lose grip or you just struggle to keep up with them. I think that's still an issue, and I'll probably cover that in the next video, because it's too big a pattern that I've noticed to be a coincidence. So of course you could just say I'm a lousy driver, and I'll take that for what it's worth, but yeah, just I struggle to keep up as each lap goes, and they seem to get faster and faster, so I'm just trying to hang on here. Now admittedly I don't know this track well enough to really give them a fight, but it's just the sheer fun of it. You just want to just keep going. It's just I'm going to do like a 20 lap race in the for myself, but it's just too long a video to do that at any stage for the channel. As I try and hang on, I think this is the last lap. Yep. Let's see if I can kind of catch him. I've got to get this corner right, but I've never really got it right. Oh no, that was pretty good. That was okay. So can I catch him or just stop the other car from overtaking me? I've got to hang on to that ninth spot. Can I? Come on. Just hold on to ninth. Hold on. Oh no. No, I've completely muffed it up. Oh well, there you go. Warts and all. Single racer, warts and all. I'm happy with 10th spot, given how little I know the track. So I'll head off to the replay. 10 out of 20 isn't too bad. That's about what I deserve given my knowledge of the track. So this is Michael signing out for Single Racer. I'll catch you next time. See you later.